and she was very intelligent. She used to come first, I used to come second.
Oh.
I used to follow her in any case. I was 23, she was
11,
22.
12 years later. ये तो बिल्कुल बॉलीवुड मूवी है.
It was completely
So 11, 12 years later, you saw her and you approached her.
And then finally the proposal, interesting part was the proposal came from her father. So he approached me, he said, will you marry my girl? When he was 9-10 months old, he fell ill. उसको bronchitis attack पड़ा एकदम. And I was in office, हमें पता भी नहीं लगा. Something happened, मतलब इतने टाइम से मैं बात नहीं कर रहा था राखी से, and I was into my research and I was worrying actually. रिसर्च करता था और यही देखता था कि ऐसे बच्चों का फ्यूचर क्या होता है.
He's now 17.
Yeah.
So पिछले almost 14-15 साल से आप you've been in this mind कि इसको independent बनाना है.
We were clear he's gonna be, मतलब we were very clear that he is going to live an independent life. अब उसके लिए हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा? What are the gaps? We started working on that. That was clear for us. There was no doubt कि वो करेगा या नहीं, होगा या नहीं, हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा. All of that never came. Just उसको mainstream school में जाना है. Now he doesn't speak right now. So this was 3 years. He was 3 almost when this episode happened. That he's not speaking at all, and we need to learn sign language. All of that happened. So we thought, abhi jo bhi karna hai karenge. So we were very open. We didn't know where to go, what to do. Nobody was there to mentor us, to guide us. But we started talking about it, because more you talk about it, then only there will be ways that will open up for you. So occupational therapies and all were going on definitely. जैसे वो तो चल ही रहा था, but we started doing more of it. We started learning from what the therapist is doing with my child. Now we were just not dependent on somebody else to make our child independent, or making some corrections in our child. That's not that we were up to. We were actually started understanding कि क्यों करवा रहे हैं. Therapies जो हो रही है, ये क्यों हो रही है, इसका क्या पर्पस है, what is the need of the child. Then we started understanding from the therapist, ऐसे sensory integration होता है, बच्चे की sensory needs होती है, cognition not happening. So all of that, whatever we are doing is to increase the cognition of the child. All of that. So we started exploring a lot of things. घर पर भी हम लोग, we started sharing the responsibilities after that. So of course it was not easy, but then we both started. मैं off लेती थी बीच में therapist पे ले जाने के लिए संयम को. He started from 6 days a week to he shifted to 3 days a week. First पहले half days लेना शुरू किया. He told his boss कि मुझे अपने बेटे को ले जाना होता. So thrice a week he used to take half day. Then he started taking 5 days half day. He came to total half day job. And so all of that happened. So we shared the financial responsibilities. We started sharing the responsibilities at home, because my office में full time working थी, तो मैं office से late आती थी. So he used to take care of Sayam. Sometimes he used to cook. And then when I'm at home, in fact he was like a mother to Sayam, I would say.
So nice. So beautiful.
He used to take care of Sayam. He used to understand. He was very connected to children. I was right from the beginning, not at all. I didn't know. मुझे एक छोटे से बच्चे को पकड़ना भी नहीं आता था. So he was always, he wanted to have, हम लोग की हमारी cricket team बनाएंगे.
So sweet.
So he was so attached to children right from the beginning, that मुझे बहुत सारे बच्चे होने चाहिए and all of that. I love children. But जब when your baby is in your arms, I think your baby tells you कि what to do. तो मुझे तो I remember मुझे पकड़ना भी नहीं आता था उसको. तो हम लोग एक्सपेरिमेंट करते थे, ऐसे पकड़ते हैं, all of that. Then he took care of Sayam like a mom, and we both shared the responsibilities, both at home, for finances, for work, for working with Sayam. So हम लोग छोटी छोटी घर की चीजों में भी ढूंढ लेते थे एक्टिविटीज. वो सब जो एक्टिविटीज करा रहे थे थेरेपिस्ट, all of that happened. But then हम घर में भी इट वाज नॉट लाइक छोटी छोटी चीजों में कॉग्निशन स्पीच उसके लिए हम घर पे काम कर रहे होते थे. सो थेरेपिस्ट यूज्ड टू वर्क फॉर 1 hour a day बट देन रेस्ट 22-23 आवर जितने भी टाइम हमारे साथ होता था. वी वाज जस्ट स्टार्टेड एंजॉयिंग द जर्नी. छोटी छोटी चीजें नॉट लाइक ये करना है बट वी स्टार्टेड एंजॉयिंग कि हमें सीखना है उसको सिखाने के लिए.
And this was one of the most beautiful thing that we remember in our journeys कि अभी भी अगर हम पीछे मुड़ के देखते हैं ना सईम के साथ जो हम टाइम स्पेंड करते थे, चाहे वो थेरेपीज में हो चाहे घर पे उसके साथ मस्ती कर रहे हैं, हमने हमेशा अभी भी हमारे चेहरे पे स्माइल आती है सईम का वो चेहरा देख के और उसके वो एफर्ट्स देख के. हम लोग जो भी कर रहे थे इट वाज एन एंजॉयबल एक्सपीरियंस फॉर अस. इट वाज अ जर्नी. We were always hopeful, positive because we have already painted a picture that our son is going to be independent and we know that he is on that path. We enjoyed that journey. Struggle tha. Sometimes he would not do things, but still all the memories that we have is that we were having fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was not an easy. Every day you will not get results, of course. आप कुछ सिखाने की कोशिश
Right.
करो. बेटा ये पानी है, बोलो पानी. We will not speak. But then, being together, I think संयम के साथ सबसे ज्यादा जो उसने हमें सिखाया वो संयम.
Patience.
Wow.
Do your best efforts. अपने काम कर रहे हैं, सब कुछ कर रहे हैं, but then he used to remind us of what is missing where we are. Was a lot of patience. तो अपना काम करते रहे and then but then वो प्यार नहीं छोड़ा हमने. I think because
So many times you said therapies, work at home, हमने कुछ habits बनाई, we enjoyed the things that we were doing. Give me an example. What do parents do? क्या करना पड़ता है या क्या करते हैं to help a child with autism? घर पे या बाहर में what are those exact things?
Yeah. तो for example, संयम ना तो instruction follow करता था.
अच्छा.
Right? So he was not looking at neither eye contact nor instruction following. Not
Instruction like जैसे क्या बोला आपने?
Come here, sit here. A simple instruction. 2 साल का बच्चा
तो उसका reaction ही नहीं है उस चीज के ऊपर.
नहीं.
No reaction at all.
No reaction at all. He's busy with his own. बेटा come here. अच्छा give me this phone or whatever object is there. Give me this. He will do his own stuff whatever he wants.
वो busy है.
हाँ वो
react नहीं कर रहा.
हाँ.
Okay.
Completely अपने world में है, अपनी चीजों में busy है. So even making an eye contact. तो initially बहुत effort लगता था कि look into my eyes. Then we started कि इसको game की तरह भी कर सकते हैं. We started making games like peekaboo. I remember peekaboo.
उसको ऐसे गोद में अपने लिटाते थे और ऐसे बस अपने चेहरे पे ऐसे हाथ रखा यू संयम and then he would look at you and he would smile for a moment, then he would drift away, then you would do it again or you will tickle him. उसको टिकल करते थे तो उसको मजा आता था. समटाइम्स ही यूज्ड टू गिव अस आई कांटेक्ट. बहुत छोटी छोटी सी चीजें हम लोगों ने इन्वेंट करनी शुरू करी कि अच्छा इससे रिजल्ट मिल रहा है. अच्छा तो देन वी यूज्ड टू टेल द थेरेपिस्ट कि हमने ना ऐसे किया इससे रिजल्ट मिला, आप ट्राई करके देखो एक बार. एंड देन वी यूज्ड टू ब्रेनस्टॉर्म के और क्या कर सकते हैं, डेवलप न्यू स्ट्रेटजीज टू वर्क विद हिम. So these are the things.
Got it.
Just
आकर ये करो सॉर्टिंग मैचिंग थेरेपिस्ट कराते हैं वो हमने कोशिश की बट वो भाग जाता था. He never used to sit at one place. Sitting in one place was the biggest challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Then we found out that he likes a lot of playful things. He likes जैसे peekaboo खेल रहे हैं तो मजा आ रहा है उसको. तो जिस चीज में उसको मजा आ रहा है उसमें आई कॉन्टैक्ट भी दे रहे हैं.
Mm-hmm.
तो we need to go at his level to make him understand things rather than pushing him to our level. इधर बैठो इधर देखो ये करो वो करो all of that. Rather than that he started went down to his level, started enjoying the world playfully. तो वहाँ फिर छोटी छोटी चीजों में जिस चीजों से उसको फिक्सेशन था rather कि टॉय ट्रेन आई रिमेम्बर ब्लॉक से ट्रेन बनाता था और उसी से खेलता रहता था. So rather than doing something else, we both started playing with those toys with him. Okay. And then it was train me, give me that red block, give me that green block. Not like teaching him something, what is red color, green color, but using जिस चीज में उसको मजा आ रहा है उन्हीं चीजों को यूज करके उसको एक गेम बना दिया. Then he started picking up fast. Also, we were open to explore a lot of new things.
Yeah.
जब एज भूषण ऑल्सो मेंशन्ड कि वो हमारी आवाज सुनकर नहीं आता था, संयम बोल नहीं होता था, बट देन टीवी की आवाज होती थी तो दूसरे रूम से भी आ जाती.
अच्छा.
तो name response was the biggest challenge. Instruction following and the name response, क्योंकि आप कुछ और कैसे सिखाओगे जब तक बच्चा आपको attention ही नहीं पे कर रहा है. Then he being an e-learning expert, then he invented the idea कि okay, let's, उस टाइम पर हमारे पास मोबाइल फोन्स भी नहीं होते थे रिकॉर्डिंग वाले, तो हम लोग अब पेन ड्राइव मतलब अपना वीडियो रिकॉर्ड किया डिजिटल कैमरा में ना, राइट, और उसका पेन ड्राइव फिर टीवी में प्ले किया, सय्यम कम हियर, एंड उसको सुनकर
वो पलटा, मतलब सीधे पलटा उसको, टीवी पे देखा उसने हमें. We thought, wow, wonderful. We came to know that he is an audiovisual learner. And when we researched about it, we found out that most of the children on autism spectrum, they are beautiful audiovisual learners. From there came the idea. तो हमने धीरे धीरे करके ऐसे घर के और फैमिली मेम्बर्स के भी वीडियोस बनाए, टीवी पे प्ले करते थे. एंड दैट इज हाउ ही अंडरस्टूड कि ये मेरी मम्मा है, ये मेरे पापा हैं, ये दादी है, ये भाई, ये ताऊ जी हैं, सब इस तरीके से समझा वो.
That is mind blowing. मतलब ये तो आपने इनोवेशन कर दी एकदम. It's almost like an invention, right?
Sort of.
So as I understand, what you did is कि आपने जो आपको थेरेपिस्ट ने बोला, डॉक्टर ने बोला, वो तो आपने किया, but you did not limit yourself to that.
Exactly.
You researched, you experimented, you tried newer ideas, and understanding कि बच्चे को क्या चाहिए, he's reacting to the TV, what you wanted to say with your mouth and were not getting the reaction, you put that on TV. And you got the reaction.
Yeah, and from that idea, we developed near about 60 odd games for him. जिससे कि हम उसको कलर रिकॉग्निशन, फैमिली मेम्बर्स का रिकॉग्निशन, उनकी आवाज़ को सुन के उनके चेहरों को पहचानना, एनिमल्स के बारे में बहुत सारी चीज़ें, मतलब 60-70 गेम्स हमने बनाए उसके लिए, एक्सप्रेशंस और इमोशंस को समझना. That was a big challenge, big challenge.
Because I remember there were days जब हम लोग actually disappoint होते थे, रोते थे. मतलब एक दिन के बाद ये जर्नी ऐसे खत्म नहीं हो जाती. There are ups and downs. There are roller coasters that you face each day.
Right.
And I remember जब हम लोग बिल्कुल रो रहे होते थे, Fahim used to come laughing and he would laugh and jump on us, jump on our head. He would not understand what's happening, and that used to be very painful. Because that empathy, compassion, वो छोटे से बच्चे को भी समझ में आता है,
Yeah.
And that was missing where our child was. So that was very painful. So we started teaching him कि, emotions, expressions. This is the biggest need of the child. So academics came, वो side by side चलता रहेगा, but this is the need of the child. This is what we need, where to
Absolutely.
want to develop our child.
Absolutely.
उसके लिए भी audiovisual games prepare किए, ताकि वो basic emotions, expressions, ऊपर वाला जब देगा वो अपने आप जो आएगा. But then we need to teach कि basic situations में कैसे happy means what, sad means what, in what situation you become happy, in what situations you become sad, what is crying, all of that.
तो इन सब चीजों के लिए आपने गेम्स बनाई.
We
You
created
gamified it.
interactive games, yeah.
Interactive games. और उसमें उसको इंटरेस्ट आता था. अगर हम बैठाकर कुछ कराना चाहते थे, obviously he would run away, but then he used to take interest in that. And then वहाँ पर जो डॉक्टर्स ABA हमने सीखा कि ABA थेरेपी होती है, where positive reinforcement होता है, negative reinforcement होता है. There in those games we started using positive reinforcement, कि आप, there was a smiley button that we created in the games itself, which used to navigate. अगर बच्चा distract हो रहा है, नहीं करने का मन कर रहा है, तो that button use, that smiley को press करेंगे तो it will navigate you to different games.
या कुछ बच्चे की पसंद का म्यूजिक, उसके पसंद की कोई भी चीज. तो नाउ अब संयम क्या करता था, वो वेट करता था जब वो बोर हो रहा होता था या उसको नहीं पढ़ना होता था और आगे या कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं सीखना होता था. वी यूज्ड टू जस्ट पॉइंट आउट टुवर्ड्स दैट स्माइली एंड वी विल से ओके संयम, पहले ये फिनिश करेंगे, देन यू विल गेट टू प्ले दैट. And then he would sit, he would complete that, and then as a reward, we used to give that to him.
Right. Wow, that's unbelievable stuff. So one, I mean, इतनी सारी information है कि मेरे पास बहुत सारे questions आ रहे हैं, and maybe I'll need to do another podcast with you. But for now, one thing you said was कि emotional reaction was not there. If you are crying and he comes, it doesn't really. You don't see compassion, empathy, and all that. Is that normal? Is that for most kids with autism, या हर बच्चे के साथ बड़ा अलग-अलग होता है?
To a major degree, yes, it is a common factor. because autism में social communication barrier होता है.
अच्छा.
They don't understand,
That is quite-
autistic children do not understand the body language, social cues that easily.
So that must be quite a hit to the parent, right? कि आप
It is.
you are going through a low and your child is laughing there, and so at least initially you are, it must be quite a thing. And the way to teach this was through the audio-visual material that you created. Now, ये जो audio-visual आपने material create किया, is that available in the market from other companies or from people? Do all parents have access to it? Why did you need to create it? Was it not existing, or because you are an e-learning expert, you decided अब मैं खुद ही बनाऊंगा बच्चों के लिए, अपने बच्चे के लिए, या तो उसकी क्या स्पेस है? बाकी पेरेंट्स को अवेलेबल है बहुत सारा मटेरियल या आपका मटेरियल?
So at that point of time, there was a dearth of it.
Okay.
Why? Because K-12 industry में audio-visual learning तो चल रही थी, but that was keeping in mind neurotypical children, neurotypical mindset. But neurodiverse बच्चों की needs अलग है ना, उनको तो सब कुछ समझाना,
उनके लिए नहीं था.
सब कुछ समझाना पड़ रहा है. इमोशंस और एक्सप्रेशंस हमारे बच्चे जो न्यूरोटिपिकल बच्चे हैं, नॉर्मल बच्चे, वो तो अपने आप सीख जाते हैं ना, हमें नहीं सीखने की जरूरत पड़ी, बट हमारे बच्चे को थी जरूरत. सो दैट्स व्हाई वी टुक ऑन कि और कहीं नहीं है, ठीक है हम बनाएंगे. एंड आज की डेट में couple of years back we are so pleased to announce that we launched an online platform जहाँ पे पूरी दुनिया के बच्चे अभी इससे बेनिफिट ले रहे हैं.
Wow.
So it's by the name of Learning to Life, where this platform is available, and there are all the audiovisual courses that we created for Sayam, and after that then we developed the R&D team and then usko grow kiya. Now the complete preschool portion is there, and we are developing it further now.
So for people, to other parents जिनके पास बच्चे हैं with autism, for them to get access to this, they need to go on learningtolife.com, or
Yes.
how do they get access?
Learning to Life 2 is numeric. Learning to Life, you can display it on the screen if you wish to.
Yeah.
So learningtolife.com,
Gotcha.
and we have plans to develop it as a comprehensive platform, not just limiting to the audiovisual, because that was one of the things that helped Sayam. Apart from that, there were a lot of things. Parents, as parents, we need to manage a lot. We need to shift our mindset. We needed support. There are other therapies that really help. There are alternative medicines that helped.
अच्छा.
So बहुत सी चीजें, and we are trying to bring everything under one umbrella by the name of Sayam for Autism only.
Oh wow.
Where and our dream is that a parent who's dealing with the child's autism, he has a place which feels like home, जहाँ पे सारी चीजें जो बच्चे को हेल्प कर सकते हैं वो अवेलेबल हो. And another dream for us is that Sayam, taking care of Sayam for Autism 2-3 years down the line.
Wow. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. So encouraging. So I want to come back to this
Sure.
e-learning platform, but for now only. So how long has this platform been there? कितने साल हो गए इसको अभी?
Development 12 years, online 3 years.
अच्छा, 3 साल से online है, and a lot of people are using it now.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, moving forward from the past, so फिर schooling वगैरह कैसी हुई? Admissions आराम से मिल जाती हैं schools में?
Oh, that was a very big challenge.
अच्छा.
So Sayam was 3. जब बाकी बच्चों के एडमिशन हो रहे थे रेगुलर स्कूल में, उससे पहले वो प्लेवे में ही पास में प्लेवे में जाता था, बट वी न्यू, वी ऑलवेज नेवर हिड इट फ्रॉम एनीवन, सो वी टोल्ड द टीचर्स आल्सो देयर दैट दिस इज द कंफ्यूजन. तो एक वन थिंग दैट वाज रियली, आई थिंक दैट रियली वर्क विद अस वाज वी नेवर हाइड इट फ्रॉम एनीवन. वी रादर यूज्ड टू एजुकेट द टीचर्स, बिकॉज टीचर्स को भी ये वर्ड नहीं पता था, और क्या है कुछ मालूम नहीं होता था. सो वी यूज्ड टू टेल द टीचर्स, ओके गिव अस योर फीडबैक, हाउ इज ही डूइंग. So we were regularly in communication with the playway teacher कि वो, you know, he's constantly moving, not sitting. तो जो gaps थे, ताकि our only intention was to identify the gaps so that we can work on it. At 3 years, we wanted our child, just like any other parent, to go to a regular school. But we knew that Sayam was not prepared. He was not sitting. He was not speaking for his needs. So it was, we knew that it's gonna be a challenge. And, we actually got him admitted to an inclusive setup at that time. So there, because their teachers are trained, they knew 50% are neurotypical children there, 50% are children with some of the other condition, you know. So there the teachers were sensitive. They knew the teacher-student ratio was very less, 2 teachers in 20, you know, for 20 children in one classroom. So they knew. वहाँ पर संयम में बहुत चेंजेस आए. Started sitting, and we were also exploring a lot of other things because that was the turning point. 3 years plus में we started exploring diet changes with
Achha.
him because we were learning in the process of Sayam growing. Actually, not only Sayam was growing, but we were learning a lot of things. So not only limiting ourselves to therapies and then audiovisual learning, we started exploring कि he is a music lover. जब वो बोल भी नहीं पाता था तो वो राइम हमिंग करता था. जो भी हम गाना सुनाते थे, लोरी सुनाते थे भूषण, उसकी हमिंग करता था, वो बोल नहीं पाता था. वी स्टार्टेड नोटिसिंग कि म्यूजिक वे ओरिएंटेशन है, तो हम म्यूजिक म्यूजिक प्ले करके उसको सुनाते थे, सूद करने के लिए म्यूजिक होता था. देन वी स्टार्टेड मीटिंग अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल, नोइंग कि हाउ डाइट कैन हेल्प आवर चाइल्ड. सो दैट स्टार्टेड वर्किंग. एंड देन वी स्टार्टेड एक्सप्लोरिंग ऑल्टरनेटिव मेडिसिन कि कुछ भी जो भी करना पड़े. वी वर वेरी ओपन टू एक्सप्लोर एनीथिंग एंड एवरीथिंग. Some things were working, some things were, many things were not working,
Sure.
of course. But वो काम चल रहा था. Plus inclusive setup में he got a lot of support because वहाँ पर ये complaining नहीं होता कि ये क्यों कर रहा है बच्चा, ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है, because they know that child has certain issue and then they support the child and then they tell you as well as parents कि ये कर रहा है और ये नहीं कर पा रहा. But he was doing, fortunately he was doing very good. बिकॉज हमने उसको इतना सारा कुछ ऑलरेडी इन्फॉर्मेशन जो दे दिया था 3 साल से पहले, थ्रू ऑडियो विजुअल, थ्रू वॉट एवर वर्क वी वर डूइंग, he was absorbing all of that. It was just that he was not able to comprehend it. He was not able to, we were not knowing that he knows it. तो वो वहाँ धीरे धीरे he started developing, he started growing. 4 years 3 months he started speaking. So writing पहले शुरू कर दिया था उसने, बोलना बाद में शुरू किया. So we started knowing कि अरे इसको, he used to point, अगर मैम पूछती where is where is the train, he would point, he would start in, and then ma'am was like we were amazed to see his work there, his response there. And then finally when he turned 4, he started speaking. 4 years 3 months we started filling forms for a regular setup. And दुनिया उतनी अच्छी नहीं होती है हमेशा जितना आप सोचते हैं. तो वहाँ पर इट वाज वेरी शॉकिंग ऑफ कोर्स. एंड हमने एटलीस्ट 17-18 स्कूल्स में फॉर्म भरा. एंड
in Delhi
Delhi itself. And Delhi and NCRs also. We were ready to open कि कुछ भी कहीं भी जहाँ हमारे बच्चे को अच्छा environment मिले, जहाँ support.
And we mentioned it openly on the admission form that child is being diagnosed with mild to moderate autism. See if you can take care of our child. And 18-19 में से 18 स्कूल्स ने आउटराइटली रिजेक्ट किया. कुछ ने ये बोला कि हमारे पास तो फॉर्म खत्म हो गए. मतलब काउंटर से आई रिमेंबर ऑन द काउंटर आई एम देयर, दे सेड, दे रेड ओके ऑटिज्म, नहीं हमारे पास फॉर्म्स खत्म हो गए. somebody said we don't have facilities to take care of your child, तो आप देख लो, आपने एडमिशन कराना है तो. We obviously said no. Somebody said हमारे admissions खत्म हो गए. It was heartbreaking obviously. Then finally we found one school which was sensitive enough and which said okay ठीक है, we will meet the child first. And after meeting the child with the child psychologist, जो भी उन्होंने assess किया, उन्होंने बोला ठीक है हम 1 महीने के लिए बच्चे को ट्राई करते हैं. अगर 1 महीने के अंदर he adapted and anybody else did not have a problem with it, then we will continue with it. And then finally 1 महीने के अंदर थोड़ा बहुत स्ट्रगल, he had hitting behavior at that point of time. स्कूल में कभी किसी को धक्का दे दिया, सीट पे नहीं बैठना, थोड़ा भागना, वो धीरे धीरे करके सेटल हुआ. And finally after 1 month his schooling journey continued from there.
And he continued with the same school?
Yes, till now. Yes.
Wow.
And it was what really worked in his schooling journey, if I would mention that is the partnership that we created with the teacher. Normal mindset क्या होता है कि there is always a tug of war between the teacher and the parent. Teacher बोलता है बच्चा ये नहीं कर रहा क्लास में because acceptance नहीं है, तो पेरेंट बोलेंगे नहीं हमारा बच्चा तो बिल्कुल ठीक है, वो घर पे तो सब कुछ करता है, यहाँ पे नहीं कर रहा, आप क्यों नहीं करवा रहे. It was never the case with us. We stood on teacher's side. We saw the things from her perspective, made her see the things from our perspective, collaborated, created partnership. That really worked. And we are still so grateful to all the teachers जिन्होंने संयम को नर्सरी से लेकर अब तक पढ़ाया, and we still have wonderful relationship with them. We go to school, we meet them. such a wonderful experience and partnership between all the teachers, principal. So that
So tell me, is this a school which is doing this for a lot of people? Like, is autistic kids a normal thing for them to take? Yeah, Sayyam has been an exception for them. Yeah.
I don't think it was a normal thing before that.
Achha.
Because तभी वो trial के लिए हमें बोला. Had it been a normal thing, तो
हाँ,
I
हाँ,
have
हाँ.
accepted it. So हमें first, I think they were also trying it for the first time.
हाँ.
And we knew that that was the time that we understood that a lot of people doesn't talk about it, doesn't know about it, or society needs to know about it. So while working and the next target, so every problem that came in our way, we took it as a challenge. कि अब ये next करना है. This is our next target. This is our next challenge to achieve. So after emotions expression, then speech, and then sitting behavior, the hitting behavior, all of that. Next thing was कि how to prepare the society and the environment to accept,
Right.
our children and such children. So first thing started with Sayyam only. So we knew that teachers are not educated. They don't know much about autism. We started training the teachers. We started talking about what is autism, what happens to a child. You need to have a lot of compassion. Why hitting behavior may happen. Teacher were also then supportive in understanding कि किसी compassionate बच्चे के साथ उसको बिठा सकते हैं. They also started suggesting that every child is not that.
Yeah.
Then we started PHR. One is sensitization of teachers. We started conducting workshop in Sayyam school itself. So one was to Sanchetna workshop we organized to sensitize the teachers towards what are the special needs of children, autism, ADHD, what kind of children can be there. And to our surprise, in the workshop itself, teachers started raising their hands and sharing. मेरी class में तो ऐसे 4-5 बच्चे हैं.
Oh.
They never knew about it. Only when we talked about कि this could be the symptoms, this is what the child goes through, then teachers started showing up. There is a
Sure.
there is a gap. We have such children, but they don't know that. Their parents don't accept it. The next challenge was parents don't accept it. So we started conducting workshop with the parents to educate them. Rather than denial is not the solution. It's not doing anything good to your child.
Yeah.
Most of the parents को डर लगता है कि label ना हो जाए मेरा बच्चा. That's the biggest.
I'm assuming initially the denial is also real. You just don't want to accept it because
Right. Initially.
why should I accept it? मेरे साथ तो हो ही नहीं सकता है.
But then बाद में, because we also went through the same, we understood. But then बाद में, even after diagnosis हो गया, सब कुछ हो गया, लेकिन एक डर होता है पेरेंट्स के मन में, मेरे बच्चे को लेबल हो जाएगा मेरा बच्चा. My child will be labeled as this. My child will be treated differently. तो वहां से लगा यार, this society is right now not prepared to accept such children.
Yeah.
We need to do something to make this society,
inclusive in real sense.
Absolutely inclusive. Like, उनकी गलती भी नहीं है एक तरीके से, क्योंकि if I'm in India, I'm British, so that's very normal for people. मैं normal to be born British, and that's okay. But had I been absolutely fair, absolutely white, I would have been treated very differently. So yeah, absolutely black also will be treated very differently.
Sure.
Because our society, our culture is not prepared. तो वहां से हमने we thought of कि not just our child, but a lot of other children needs it. A lot of parents need to know. The society needs to know. I remember we conducted a workshop peer, just first class में था संयम, उसकी क्लास में हमने peer group sensitization workshop किया, so that the children are sensitive. The peer group first class में they are sensitive towards each other. Without कि अगर बच्चा कोई एक वीक है किसी भी तरीके से, अगर वीक है, स्लो लर्नर है, या बोल नहीं पा रहा ठीक से, या फिजिकली कुछ भी चैलेंज है, तो other children are coming up. The empathy, that kind of empathy is developed. It's in children at this age, 5 years, 6 years. We started sensitizing the peer groups. So
just one month down the line, 1 महीने का workshop था वो. 1 महीने के बाद in his classroom, Sayyam had 2 friends in his life. And many other children who had zero friend, one friend in his classroom, all of them had friends. All of them.
And that was the impact of your that peer.
That the नींव नाम रखा था हमने उसका वर्कशॉप का. Peer group sensitization workshop जो हमने किया उधर. Then
So
we
it really
replicated
helped everybody.
it really, it did.
I remember there was another child physically थोड़ा सा weak था, उसको problem थी, तो you know हम अब sensitize करना is like you know that spark of empathy, inculcating the spark of empathy in children. तो उससे पहले बच्चों को बुली करना तो बहुत आराम से सीख लेते हैं बच्चे आजकल, टीवी, कार्टून, बुली करना तो हमें सिखाना नहीं पड़ता है, बट एम्पैथी इनकलकेट करना पड़ता है. उसके बाद that child was very happy just immediately after the workshop. He came up, he hugged us,
Oh.
and 4 other children came up, said we are your friends. He started, you know, he had that
So sweet.
that I have people in my life. So nobody, the idea was nobody is left behind. People are understanding there could be something, some challenge, some weakness, and we need to help people. So the idea of helping, caring, sharing, and empathy. So we started conducting such workshops.
Wow,
So
beautiful,
many days,
beautiful.
you know.
You were not just helping your own child, you were helping many in the society.
We started, we
A very inspirational couple, huh? Very nice, very nice.